Tell us about what it's like to go to the factory. You're going to pick out an instrument, and then tell us the advantages of being able to sit down and play for a saxophonist like Miles, and get his influence and adjustments on your instrument.
Well, Miles is fantastic and a great repair tech. I just usually, if I have an issue with my horn or emergency comes up, I've got a leak, which, he says I'm really picky about things, but when you get to know your horn really well, when a note's not quite working the way it should, it just feels differently. So he says, come on in, and, you get to go in the back, and he starts to work on your horn and make some adjustments, and here, try this, and then I'll play something, and I'll say, well, this note doesn't quite feel right. It's still a little resistant. And he'll say, let me see it, and he'll adjust it, and it, is so much better. Or I'll play a note, and he'll go give it to me, immediately, and he'll adjust it, and he'll give it back, and it'll play great. And he'll basically spend as much time as you need to get the horn set up just the way you want it and have it playing to its full capacity that a horn should feel. So he's a fantastic repair work, and will do what he can to help you out and having your horn play just the way you'd like it to play.
And this is in addition to when you go to the factory, you're going to go through to hand select an instrument. How many horns are you going to play?
Well, I've selected probably in the last couple of years, 10. I've hand selected about 10 different Selmer saxophones up there, and they set out depending. I had 15 out at a time. I've had 12 out at a time, and it's kind of fun. For me, it's like a kid in a candy store going up there and getting to do that kind of stuff and playing different horns. But first thing I do when I hand select an instrument is I want it to be the best possible instrument that a student can have. And as Selmer's, each one of their saxophones have a slightly different personality or character or slightly different tone quality. I mean, they're all the same as far as that same wonderful Selmer sound, but they all vary. They could be a little darker or a little bit brighter or a little bit brassier. And so when I'm picking out an instrument, I'm looking for something that's really really resonant, very full sounding, and very rich in sound. And also probably the number one thing I look for is intonation. So when I start playing a horn, if pitch is a little off and I can't, switch to a different neck and the pitch be better or corrected, then that horn is completely out. The next thing I look for is the tone. Does it have that wonderful tone that I expect in one of their saxophones? Is it as rich? Is it as full as I like it to be? If it's not, then that horn's kind of off to the side. And then last thing I look for is, and this isn't necessarily an important factor, but for me it is the feel. How's the key work feel? Is it just feel really elegant and right there under your fingers, or is it, a little rough on the edges? I mean, I can't really describe on how it is, but I know, when I put my hands on the instrument, how I want it to feel. Right under the fingers, smooth, everything sealing. And, some of that key work can be tweaked by a tech. I mean, that's not any big deal. But that's what I look for because, if you're spending, pretty good money on an instrument, you want the best possible horn that you can get for the price. And, I just hand selected recently a horn for one of my students, and he absolutely loves it and sounds great on it. And, it's everything that a horn should be. And I have to say, pulling one off the shelf and shipping it to you, it may not have the best pitch. It may not have the best tone quality possible. So I think doing a hand selected instrument is really worth the while, and you're for sure getting what you're paying for.
And I heard 2 other people play that instrument. It was a fine horn.
Great.
Well, thanks, Cory. I appreciate you wrapping this up with us and being involved. And come see us at Miles Ahead, and you can have a hand selected Selmer Artist like Cory Barnfield take care of you.